What's up guys, I'm Shane Starnes and this is the Galaxy S21 Ultra. With a $1,200 phone, you probably want the very best that there is to protect this phone, and the very best is the whitestone dome glass screen protector. Most screen protectors are only going to give you adhesive over the edges of the display and just over the top of the fingerprint scanner. The whitestone dome glass uses a Loca gel adhesive which covers the entire screen, and then it is cured with the whitestone dome, which is a UV light. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. It is a much simpler 4-step process. According to whitestone dome, this should be much easier, and it just has this automatic tray. It says it's a one-touch solution, so we're going to see just how easy it is. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead and open up the box and see what all is inside. Okay, it looks like we have our little mouse trap contraption. I don't know if you guys remember that game Mousetrap. That's what this reminds me of, so we'll kind of set that to the side for now. We have one bottle of adhesive. There is a little tray that holds the adhesive in for whenever we apply that. This appears to be the actual UV curing light. So this is the light that we're going to use to cure the adhesive, and it comes with its own charging cable. You'll need some kind of a battery brick or maybe a large or a longer cable or something to power this up. So we'll set this to the side. They've included the S cushion. You can actually take this little circle out of the middle and clean the front of your display. So I guess that's kind of neat. And then it adds some shock absorption, you know, if you put that in between the phone and the case to kind of protect the glass. We have our instructions on using the e-jig. They did include 2 pieces of glass here, which is great because not only do you have a backup, but if you mess up the install, you have one there and you don't have to order extra glass. This is a little weight tool that we're going to use during the installation process. We have all of our little stickers and swabs and cleaners there as well. So one thing that I really like about this is they do give you enough materials to do this twice, and you can save your e-jig and use it again. So definitely don't throw this away when you're done. Save that in case you ever have to replace your screen protector. And then they also have glass that you can order by itself so that you don't have to order everything here. You can order just the glass and, you know, the Loca gel. First up, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we do turn off the phone. We'll go ahead and make sure that the phone is turned off. That way when you're trying to apply the screen, you don't have the phone shining back at you. So a lot of times it's difficult to see the dust particles that need to be removed when the light is shining back at you from the phone. So just go ahead and make sure that is turned off. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to apply these stickers to the sides, top, and bottom of the device. The main thing, we want to make sure that we cover any of these holes. We want to make sure that we cover the holes and things up top, and then the buttons on the side, because we don't want any of that Loca to get inside of any of these ports or holes. All right, so we're gonna just kind of make sure that we cover all the important parts with our stickers. All right, so we have the stickers covering up all of our ports and holes and buttons. So we'll move on to the next step, which would be to clean our screen. All right, so we'll start out with the wet wipe. And you want to wipe this down as best as you can here. We want to make sure that we get all the grease and all the grime and dirt off this display. We don't want any dust. Dust can get trapped between the glass and the display, causing air bubbles. And if you have air bubbles, your fingerprint scanner is not going to work. So we want to make sure that we get all the dust and grime off of this screen. So after we've done the wet wipe, we'll take the dry wipe and dry that up. So next up, we're going to put the jig directly over our phone, but before we do that, we want to make sure that we take this little piece of plastic off, exposing the sticker here. The sticker is going to stick right there on the speaker grill and make sure that the speaker does not get any of the Loca gel inside. So we'll make sure that we peel off this little piece of plastic, and we'll just set this with the earpiece up top. Just kind of push that on top of the phone. And it's going to be a really tight squeeze. So don't be afraid to push it down. And then we are going to make sure that we push that onto the speaker. So I always like to use a flashlight to kind of illuminate any dust that may be on the screen. And we'll just use the dust sticker that it comes with to make sure that all the dust has been removed. All right, that looks good, so we'll move forward. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and lay the bridge across the top, like so. And then right here, you want to kind of focus on this dial and this arm. If the arm is up, this tray is going to move forward. We want this down, and then we want to go ahead and twist this little knob here until you cannot twist it anymore. All right, so we should be good to go. I'm not able to twist that anymore, so we are ready to move forward. I did want to mention there are some absorption pads that come with this. They're already pre-installed in the e-jig, so unless you were having to reinstall, you won't really need these for the first install, just if you were to reinstall. So you'll kind of save these for next time. Next up, we're going to go ahead and place our adhesive in the bridge. So you're going to want to unscrew the pink top first, and then you'll just drop this down into the tray like so. And then we're going to unscrew the black cap. Now you want to be on a level surface. My desk is not super level, but you definitely want to be on a level surface because that adhesive is going to sit just below this bridge and it should just be in one big dot. We'll go ahead and remove the top cap now. All right, and that should just fall right below the bridge, which is what it did here. All right, we're gonna allow this several seconds, 30 seconds, a couple of minutes, for all of the adhesive to release from the tube. So now it is time to go ahead and place our glass on the e-jig. So we'll remove it from the sleeve. We're gonna go ahead and take off the plastic from the back. All right, and there is a little camera cut out up top, and you'll notice that the screen does kind of curve down on either side. So where it curves down, that's the bottom. And then we're going to line this up with the bottom of the e-jig. And then we'll just kind of let that drop on top there. So it doesn't actually fall all the way down. There's a couple of little notches here that are catching that glass. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our weight to the top. So you do have a little sticker where you can hold onto the weight, and then these little notches here kind of line up in the bottom. So we'll set those down in the bottom there, and then just kind of lay our weight on top. Next up is the moment that we have all been waiting for. It's time to release the bridge. So we're going to go ahead and remove this lever. We'll just kind of flip it all the way down, and this is going to become the little mousetrap from the Mousetrap game. That's what it reminds me of. So we'll go ahead and lift up the switch. Kind of makes me nervous. All right, and now it's kind of doing its thing, spreading out the adhesive perfectly. So kind of let it run its course here. All right, and you'll notice that it's still spreading out the adhesive here. So we'll give this a good 2 minutes to spread, and then we're going to fire up our whitestone dome. Okay, so we've given this adequate time to spread out, so we'll kind of remove our little weight, and we're gonna grab our UV light. So one thing that you'll notice on the light here, if you press the button once, you get 15 seconds, twice you get 60. We need to apply 15 seconds of UV light to the top and the bottom. So I'm just gonna give it one press here, and I'm going to allow that to cure the top portion of the display. So we'll wait until this light turns off, and then we'll move it down to the bottom portion. Okay, the light just went out, so now we're gonna move this over to the bottom portion, and we'll allow it to run its course down here at the bottom. Okay, we'll move this back to the top for another 15 seconds, and then we'll move it back down to the bottom for an additional 15 seconds. Okay, so now we're going to take our phone out of the e-jig. So we'll just kind of lightly press until it comes out. All right, and make sure you don't throw this away. You'll need it again if you ever have to replace your screen. And we're going to go ahead and wipe this down around the edges to remove any excess Loca adhesive. So we'll take our wet wipe and go around all the edges to just remove any excess. So it's pretty important to remove any excess because this will get pretty dusty if you don't remove the excess. And then we'll go ahead and remove all of our tape from the sides. Check it out, I actually still had some of the tape that was on there from Samsung. All right, so we'll remove all the tape from the sides and the top and bottom. Wipe, and do go ahead and wipe around the edges just to be sure that you don't have any excess adhesive on the outside of the phone. Okay, and then you can take your dry cloth again and just kind of wipe everything down. All right, and now we need to finish the curing process. So we'll bring back in the light here, 2 presses for 60 seconds. We need to do 60 seconds on the top and then 60 seconds on the bottom. Okay, the light just turned off, so we'll move this down to the bottom, double click, and give it 60 seconds to cure the bottom. Okay, so we are all finished with our cure. I'm gonna go ahead and give it just another wipe just to clean things all up, get it all nice and spiffy. So this is definitely case friendly. I'm gonna slap this into an Urban Armor Gear case. It does have just a little bit of space around the edges there so that you can feel confident putting it in a good case. All right, I'm gonna power this up and we will test out the fingerprint scanner. All right, so we'll go ahead and test the fingerprint scanner. And it does work perfectly. Yeah, so there's definitely no issues with the fingerprint scanner. Still super accurate, super fast. And when we just take a look at everything, everything is just as vibrant as before. I can tell no difference between having the screen protector and not having the screen protector. Everything is super bright, vibrant, colorful, just like before I added the screen protector. So this is definitely my favorite screen protector. I'll be sure to include a link in the description. There was just one more thing that I did want to show you guys. We'll go into our settings and we will go into display. Do make sure that you turn on the option that says touch sensitivity. It's not turned on by default, but you definitely want that turned on because it is designed specifically for use with screen protector. So if you turn that on, the screen is going to be just a tad more sensitive. That way when you go to utilize the fingerprint scanner, it's going to work a whole lot better if you have that option enabled. Anyhow guys, that wraps it up for this video. Big shout outs to Whitestone Dome for sending out the screen protector. I'll be sure to include a link in the description of where you can pick yours up today. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.